Hello, BookTube. I got mail late last night, very late, later, long past the point when I'm interested in opening packages on camera, well into the point where I'm starting to long for an entire night of reading about Prince Metternich. So I just ignored it. It's a stack of stuff that includes 3 boxes: a skinny box, a normal size box, and the biggest box that I've ever opened on this channel. I cannot imagine what the last box is. The closest I can think of, there are a couple of book series in 2020 that I'm interested in. I guess it's maybe possible that a publisher send me all of them at once. That's not usually the way book series are made, but it's very early. I thought we'd just go through this mail because now that I'm interested in in the coming day, once the sun comes up, I'm interested in what's in these packages. So let's just go through them, and we'll deal with the enormous box at the very end. First, we have 2 ordinary manila envelopes. So let's see what those are. Let's see what the first of those is. Oh, okay. All right, great. The first of these is a well-known quantity. The first of these is Max Hastings, who is a terrific popular historian of World War II, and this is Operation Chastise. This is his new book, The RAF's Most Brilliant Attack of World War II. So what have we got here? Do I have a slip of any kind? No? Okay. The attack on Nazi Germany's dams on May 17, 1943 was one of the most remarkable feats in military history. Only gets a paragraph in most big narratives of the war. The absurdly young men of the Royal Air Force's 617 Squadron set forth in cold blood and darkness, without the benefit of electronic aids, to fly lumbering heavy bombers straight and level towards a target at a height above the water less than the length of a bowling alley. Yet this story, and the later wartime experience of the 617 Squadron, had never been told in full. Max Hastings takes us back to the raid to reveal how the truth of that night is considerably different from the popularized accounts most people know. I wouldn't know that there were any. I've never read one. The RAF had identified the Ruhr dams as strategic objectives as far back as 1938. In those 5 years, Wing Commander Guy Gibson formed and trained the 617 Squad. Hastings observes that while the dropping of Barnes-Willis mines provided the dramatic climax, only 2 of the 8 craft lost came down over the dams. The rest were shot down on the flight to or back from the mission. So he is going to do what he always does. He's going to make... he'll go into the very specifics. Oh, there is a sheet. Okay, crap. All right, well, please tell us what this is, because this is late February. So too late for the Christmas buying season, but there is going to be a Max Hastings World War II book this winter. And it's Operation Chastise. I'm going to have to see if it already had a UK release. Usually that's the case with him, and this is a very UK-centric subject. So, but those of you who are interested in World War II, you have a treat coming up. Max Hastings is always a treat, and if you have somebody on your shopping list for the protracted holiday season, it'll be in late February, but you can always get a rather grim Valentine's Day present. You've got something coming up that is sure to please anybody who reads popular World War II history loves Max Hastings. So there's another one of his coming out. Oh, okay. All right, this next one is a double. This is by Bernd Brunner. This is Winterlust, heavily illustrated book about winter. It's got snowflake patterns and all sorts of period engravings and art, all about the winter season. The author reflects on it and lives through it. It's got a foreword by Mark Kurlansky, and it's the marketing spin that I imagine the reviewing spin that the book is going to take is going to be something that would have been unthinkable to anybody in the 1950s, for instance. It's just that we might be saying goodbye to winter as we understand it, and that maybe these things are, a fond look back on a time when we had 4 seasons instead of 2. A friend of mine is a climatologist of a great deal of experience, and he says that in the lifetime of young people alive today, the world will have only 2 seasons, and those seasons will be drought and storm. They won't bear much resemblance to the 4 seasons that we have now, and people who are being born now will grow up in that world where the seasons are drought and storm, and that both are cataclysmic. And according to him, the defining factor in all of this, the factor that often gets overlooked even in environmental circles, is going to be drinkable water. That there isn't going to be any drinkable water, and that's going to change a lot. He says it's already happening. But anyway, let's move on to the boxes. So first we have a thin box, very thin. Could be a slim volume of poetry. Certainly a slim volume of something, because it's not a big book at all. Oh no! Oh, okay. All right, I have already reviewed this. Did not know this was coming out in hardcover. This is the English language translation of Mark Alizard's Dogs. An unfortunate cover choice for the book, because it's a slim thing, and it's very good in its own way. It's very good. It's an encouragement for us to remember that dogs are alien beings. They are our oldest ally. They are not really a domesticated animal in the sense that we think of when we think of all the other domesticated animals. They are much more co-evolved species, and that is, I think, undercut by the choice of a dog in a human coat on the cover. I think that, but I guess you wanted something eye-catching. I already reviewed this. If I remember, I will leave a link to it down below. It's for those of you who are dog book aficionados, you should get it. I mean, it's one of the more interesting dog books of the season. As always, there are a flood of such books, probably 100, but there are about 5 in any season that are worth your reading, worth your time. Alexander Horowitz, of course, the author of Inside of a Dog, has a new book called Our Dogs Ourselves, but there are a couple of others, and this is one. This won't take you any time at all to read. All right, now we move on to the normal size box, where we are approaching the enormous box. Something that my mail carrier noted it and said she was wondering if this was even for me, because it seems too heavy to be books. We shall. Oh, what's this? Oh, can you see that? The baby is intensely interested in boxes. All of a sudden, you want this? That's way too big for you. Frida, that's as big as you are. Okay, all right. Let's see. Let's see what we have here. Oh, wow. Okay, this is from the folks at Yale University Press. This comes out in late November. This is a 2019 release. I don't think I got an advance copy of this. This is called World of Trouble by Richard Godbeer. And the subtitle is A Philadelphia Quaker's Family Journey Through the American Revolution. Henry and Elizabeth Drinker were Quaker pacifists living in the tumultuous 18th century Philadelphia. The Drinkers came under suspicion when they objected on principle to the violence that often accompanied protests against British policies. When war broke out, they chose to remain neutral, objecting to all violence, and for that they paid a heavy price. In this book, to be published on November 26th by Yale, the author tells the gripping story of this extraordinary couple who tried to keep family and faith intact amid chaos and danger. Oh, that sounds fascinating. That sounds fascinating. Wow. Okay, so who is Richard Godbeer? Is he also a Quaker? He's the director of the Hall Center for the Humanities and Charles Battery Distinguished Professor of History at the University of Kansas. He's a leading scholar of early American history whose previous books included Sexual Revolution in Early America and Escaping Salem. Huh. Okay, fantastic. All right, American Revolutionary History. I am always on board for that. And from an odd angle, too. So, because it doesn't sound like they were loyalists. It sounds like they were just objecting to the whole thing, kit and caboodle. That's fascinating. Okay, and then we have the huge box. It is so big. It probably weighs 60 pounds, something like that. I have no idea what this could be, but we'll find out together. And then later on today, I don't know that I will post this at dawn. I think that might upset all of your delicate sensibilities. You're used to waiting for my videos until nighttime, wherever you happen to live. I wouldn't want to I wouldn't want to have new videos waiting for you too soon. I just have to, the usual thing applies here is that if I wait, I have to remember to post at all. Sometimes I make videos earlier in the day and I forget to post, and that's not good. So, what is, oh, oh, you've got to be kidding. Oh, that's right. Oh, oh my God. Okay, this is for one of you. I don't know if a simple camera is going to be able to do this justice. One of you went to a library sale and sent me a 60-pound box of Regency romances. 60 pounds of Regency romances. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I don't know what we're gonna do. I just rearranged my Regency romance bookcase. I just did it. And this is a whole nother bookcase. Okay, so I'm not going to show you all of these, of course, but oh my God, look at all of these. This whole thing is Regency romances. The whole thing is the whole box. So there's a lovely note, and then there's, well, okay, at least I can count for you. At least I can. I can't show you all of these things. It's just a whole stack of these things, one after another. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is incredible. Thank you so much. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Look at that. Very nautical. 28, 29, 30. We're easily going to beat. My record is for one day's acquisition was the five colleges book sale up in Vermont, and that was 40 something. And we're at 38 now. So, wow, there's an old one. This isn't even a signet. This is an ace. Wow, look at that. 38, so 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. This is my whole bookcase. I have to do this whole thing over again. 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. Oh my. 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. Look at all this stuff. 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73. There are a couple more old aces. Look at that. 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. 101, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 114 Regency romances. 114 Regency romances. Isn't that incredible? Isn't that incredible? The gigantic box was a box entirely full of Regency romances. This is more than I could read in a year. Okay, well. Well, Okay, that is the conclusion to our mail haul. I'm stunned. I'm virtually speechless. It's only 7 o'clock in the morning, and I've already hit the high point of my day. so I have over 100 Regency romances in a box. So I need to go through all of these, and then go through all the ones I have and look at whether or not there are any duplicates, and then go through all the ones I have. I took everything off the shelves. All the Regency romances, I took them all off the shelves and put them on the bed. I just filled the bed with them in rows so that I could group them by author. So I could have all the books by one author together. I found that that's the easiest way to detect whether or not I have duplicates, rather than just looking at a title and thinking, oh, okay, looking for that title all over. And instead, I just make piles of authors. That shows me not only which authors I have the most of, but it also highlights the duplicates right away. And I did that. I took about an hour and a half to do that while Frida looked on in bewilderment. And then once I was done, I carefully put them all back up on their shelves. And I pulled out doubles, and I pulled out a bunch of non-Regency romances that were on the shelves so that I can make room for everything. And that was just a little while ago, and now I have to do it all over again because somebody sent me over 100 Regency romances. A novel alliance. The notorious Nabob. My Lady Domino. My Lady Adventurous. There's a little Folly of a Temple in the background there. London, Mrs. McVinney's London Season. Yeah, she's cavorting with a military man. A Matter of Duty. Here's another nautical. There's another nautical item. Miss Wyndham's Escapade. Looks like she's a budding artist. And he's got something to say, because of course he's mansplaining her art to her. Newmarket Match. Look at that. Horses running on the thoroughbred lawn. The thoroughbred horses running on the lawn of a great house. Oh, this is just amazing. The Wicked Guardian. See, there's Deb looking all demure, and there I am telling her that she is a minx. Oh, the Wayward Governess. There's Deb and I in the study. I'm about to tell her that I'm sacking her. There's the Wary Spinster. And I am about to offer my condolences to Deb on the street in London. Little do I know that she's not a spinster. She's actually a widow, and her husband died under mysterious circumstances. A very proper widow. See, there's Deb in front of her flower box. I'm right behind her, and I'm about to tell her that hairstyle makes her look dumb. Oh, this is just incredible. Okay, well, I don't know what to say, so I'm going to wrap this up. I am stunned, absolutely stunned. These are going to settle me for Regency romances for quite some time. In fact, I probably don't need any more Regency romances until the next 5 Colleges book sale. Incredible. That does not let the rest of you off the hook. If you find Regency romances at your library book sale, get them all and ship them to me. Oh my, no. Okay, I'm going to spend a little while the sun's coming up bathing in these things, but I'll be back. Thank you, BookTube.